This is the CDS of Deutsche Bank right now. This is the CDS, 5-year CDS back in 2011. But this is SocGen. Basis apropos 2011, in the eye of the summer storm, when they were taking hits and punches over their losses on Greek sovereign debt. And it was a question of solvency, not profitability then. That's what you would maintain. What do I take away from this? Do I take heart away from this, that DB is lower than SocGen in terms of default costs?
So, Manus, I think you're right. So SocGen was the sad poster child of the 2011 crisis, putting the Greek banks to one side, and you can see it spiked to almost 450 basis points. So that era was, I clearly remember, not just profitability, but solvency of banks. This era, it's not quite solvency yet, and obviously Deutsche Bank shares and others are really troubled, so it's a profitability issue. And back in February, where in your very good chart, when we saw the last spike, we saw Deutsche tender for some of their bonds. They didn't buy that many, Manus. I think you know this exactly.
Well, they promised the market that they'd buy, what, 5 billion, and they ended up buying 760 million.
Yeah.
It's amazing the facts that lodge in my mind that get stuck there, and the important ones that disappear.
I knew you knew that. So maybe we're back at these levels. So maybe a tender for bonds from Deutsche Bank to restore a bit of confidence might be in order. But the message for now is it's an equity price issue, not a financial bond price issue for now.
So this is nothing to overly worry about, nothing systemic.
It's something. No, it's not like 2011 where you had SocGen as the poster child in terms of very, very distressed credit. We're not quite there yet, but 250 is a big spread on senior debt.
And as we showed on that chart that Caroline was talking about, the low profitability levels of German banks, sort of underlining your point of the lack of efficiency in German banks, just another suggestion that we need consolidation. Where's that going to come from?
It's tough in Germany. There's so many Sparkassen. I don't speak German, apologies, but there's so many banks in Germany, so many banks that don't have a profit motive. So it's a very successful economy, clearly, but banking is one area where they struggle.
Well, if you just look at the stats, I mean, this is, by the way, this is the marketplace, and this is the five-year CDS for senior debt. So there is a differential. The contagion isn't there. Deutsche Bank's down 53%. Banks are the worst performers on the Stock 600 this year, down 24%. And the Italians are getting trounced more than the Germans, down 74%, for example. Would you buy any financials, in a word?
So financial debt, yes. So we own quite a lot in financial debt. So we are definitively taking the view that this is not a solvency issue, and you're well compensated for being in both senior and subordinated financial debt. So we have quite a large position in CoCos. You remember CoCos, which were the centre of the storm in February? We bought some in February, and we bought some more quite recently. So we will see.
Land of the brain.
Let's see.
In Europe.
So these are global portfolios, but you do tend to see a lot of European issuers. There are some US issues as well, but they come slightly differently, more in preferred format. But it does tend to be Europe and national champion banks.